Try it again.
Oh, you don't? I just did.
It says live.
We'll see if it's changed.
Are we ready?
We're not sure. We'll find out.
If it's recording there.
It says live.
Yep. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Central Texas.
Good morning.
Good morning. Walt's doing stuff back there. Where we think more expansively, love more completely, and live more joyously. Well, today we have a wonderful musician, Chris Beal, is with us in the house. And today's topic is make community personal with Reverend Walt. So, on page 4, we'll start with our opening affirmation. Together, we believe that there is an infinite power and wisdom that creates everything. We are expressions of the same power and wisdom. The thoughts, beliefs, and expectations we entertain with the most energy become our experience of life. When we change our energy and our attention, our experience changes to match. All right, is the book study over with, Walt? Or is that still going on? One more class? And that is, the books are at the back if you still want to get one of the books. It's Thomas Chord's The Creative Process in the Individual, and there is one class left. You can find that in the Zoom link that you get. And if you're not getting the weekly things, please let us know. Practitioners are always available to you before or after the service or at any time. Our phone numbers are on the bottom of your pamphlet there. Clark and I are, and Walt and Reverend Melanie, of course. All right. So this morning, our quote actually comes from today in the Science of Mind Daily Guides, and I will read both. Nelson Mandela says, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." And Ernest follows with his wisdom. "The budding rose, the flowering tree, the corn ripe for harvest, the child at play, the surging tide, the saint kneeling before the altar of his faith, all are manifestations of the one life, one presence, one power." So let's take a moment just to go within and just feel that power and presence and life that is within us. The spirit of love, the spirit of God, the spirit of that divine intelligence that operates through each and every one of us. We are the individualized expressions of the one. And we are here to live the gifts that we were given at birth. Each and every one of us have been given unique gifts, and it is ours to do, ours to express those qualities in this life. And so I know that as we come together in community today, and those who are all out there on vacation or doing whatever they are doing, we are all gathered in this one presence, this one joy that lives and breathes us. And today, as we receive the music and we receive the message and we receive each other, taking the time to be still and to know that we are all one. all over the world, we are one people. And there is one life. And we are it. And so with gratitude, I just give thanks and release these words into the mind of God that knows all, does all, is all through each and every one of us. And so it is now. And so we welcome up Chris Beal of the Austin Moonlighters.
All right.
All right.
This is such a nice place. It's for a lot of folks, it's harder to play for a smaller number of people, an intimate type thing, than it is to play a big concert hall. But I'm the other way around. I have always enjoyed. When I look back, I realize I really do enjoy the closeness, the interaction of people, and you just don't get that in a different type of setting. So anyway, this song I'm going to do for you, I haven't played it in a while, but it's one I'm really thankful for. All those years ago that I wrote. It's a song called "The Road Less Traveled," and it's about relationship. It's about community and perspective, and you'll hear all that as I tell the story. It goes like this. I know we're all moved by something, comfort, achievement, or passion or fear. Could it be success on my horizon when disappointment is in the car and steers, leading me away from what? It's a road that I drive when no one else will go with me. It's a sign that tells me when to turn and go home. And my suspicion is that life is more like a mystery. The more we wander and yet still we never know. It's not the motion but the direction we don't go. But I got a friend who's lonely for another, some girl who could love him for just who he is. Could it be love on his horizon when disappointment is in the car and steers, leading him away from what? It's a road that we drive, but we don't always see the sign that tells us when to turn and go home. Well, my suspicion is that life is more like a journey. The more we wander and yet still we never go. It's not the motion but the direction we don't go. And it's so very hard to see sometimes. I need you to go with me. Alone we're all just driving blind. I need you to show me. Now that I know, you'd think that I'd know better. Roads that I've seen And the towns that I've been through don't make it easier on me or anybody when a prized possession gets in the car with you, leading us away from what? It's a road that I drive, but will you go with me and point the sign that tells me when to turn and go home? Well, my suspicion is that life is more like a journey. The more we wander and yet still we never go. It's not the motion, but the direction we don't go. And it's so very hard to see sometimes. I need you to go with me. Alone we're all just driving blind. I need you to show me. Show me. Show me.
Right.
Good job. Yeah.
The beginning was perfect. And the middle and the end are perfect, as they are. All right. Well, thank you, Glenda, for that wonderful treatment. And thank you, Chris, for that wonderful music. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to illuminate my corner. Because that's the thing. All right. A guy knocked on my door this week, even with the no soliciting sign on the front door, and there's like arrows pointed at it and flashing lights. But he knocked on it, and he was a neighbor, so I was like, okay, what do you got? And he asked me for a donation to help with the community pool. So I gave him a cup of water.
Yeah.
All right, this morning we're going to continue our Make It Personal series that we started a couple of weeks ago. And we've looked at the importance of making our personal experiences of life more intentional by being more present and more aware. And a great lifetime project, but to succeed at any lifetime goal, we have to make sure that we're intentional and purposeful and deliberate about it each and every day. And by consistently creating and moving the needle in any direction, in some way each and every day, we get to accumulate the time and the ability and the awareness and the understanding that helps us build and sustain momentum in the desired direction. So last week we talked about making love a dynamic part of our daily living. Did anyone do the homework assignment? Oh, good. I'm glad y'all are. You did? Okay. To go out to radiate love as you go through your shopping experiences throughout the week, whatever that looks like, right? Well, let's give Karen a big gold star. We'll talk about gold stars later. So don't get too excited about them. Okay. But again, we're not doing it for brownie points or gold stars or bragging rights. We're doing it for our own personal spiritual growth. So if you didn't do it, you've got the rest of your life to do it, but maybe be more intentional about it this week. And that's that as you get out of the car and you walk up to the door and you walk in the store, silently, without gesturing anything, just emanate love and let it go out in all directions to all people without any condition, okay? For the benefit of you spending that time emanating love, okay? Because all the gold stars and the recognitions and the attaboys and attagirls, those are really not as important as your own personal spiritual growth. Okay. Now, I did it this week, and as I did it last fall when I suggested it. And my experience then was the same as my experience was now, this time around. I will get off to a very intentional, good start of emanating love. And then I get in the store and start interacting with people, having to ask where something is, or interacting with people, which is the whole thing. Or there may be some kind of ego trigger that gets set off, right? It gets me off track. And as with any regular spiritual practice, say like meditation or this practice, we have an innate sense that doing it and starting it and trying it and maintaining it is beneficial to us in all areas of our life. Not just physical and mental and spiritual, but even socially it's beneficial to us. As with any spiritual practice, we can quite easily get distracted and get off course. And as with any spiritual practice, we can get strong enough, with a strong enough intention and a clear enough defined why, we will talk ourselves back into starting the practice more quickly. And the more attempts we make, the quicker we'll want to return to experiencing the benefits, and the easier it is to start again. And that was the same experience I had this time around. Did you also remember to ramp up the lamp of your love light? Ramp up the lamp of your love light, right? Well, it was parading back and forth with the lamp. Blinding Karen with the blinding you with my light. All right. All right. And because you are always carrying that love light around with you, everywhere you go, whether you choose to turn it on or whether you choose to increase the voltage and make it brighter, all day long, all life long. Okay? And this week, in continuing this series, I want to look at making community personal for many of the same reasons that we did love last week. You have to ask ourselves, why do we gather in groups? Well, yeah, we're social beings, we're social animals, and that's instilled in us from a very young age. Our family of origin chooses most of our beginning early groups, right? And at some level, we're seeking approval and validation and acceptance and inclusion because it feels good to feel included and accepted. But we gather, why we gather, the short answer is really love. That's it. That's why we do most of the things we do. Because being truly loved includes all those same things we are seeking: approval, validation, acceptance, and inclusion. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, shares, love is the greatest healing power in the universe and the only thing that binds people together in a community of spirit. We desire that same sense of inclusion, of belonging to the tribe, of feeling the safety of the herd, which relieves our uncertainty about facing the environments alone. But we have a need for community. Right? We find support and understanding because we tend to gather with people that are like us, people that believe the same things that we believe, people who believe and interpret life in a similar way. And our souls long to connect with, in meaningful ways, with other souls that feel that same need to belong. And once we connect deeply with someone or a group of someone's, like quantum particles, because we are quantum particles at our quantum essence, we are always connected in some way with those people. That's why it's easier for me to remember people and experiences that were quite impactful and significant in my life rather than just the people that I passed along the way. Henry Ford shares, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. Yeah. We gather and connect so that we can develop friendships and relationships and camaraderie so that we have people we can rely upon and we can turn to in times of need. And there are so many benefits to gathering, and we each choose the particular groups that we choose for a wide variety of reasons personal to each of us. And those reasons can shift and change through the living of our life and processing and navigating our life and all the different places that takes us physically, mentally, and emotionally and spiritually. Now, we gather here in this community because we have found others that have a similar interest in studying this teaching, an interest in personal growth, an interest in people who can support us in the navigating of our life. And I believe we've chosen this particular group because we resonate with what goes on here, who else is here, and we feel a safe environment for us to share our observations, perspectives, and awareness. Now, our personal growth benefits us, most certainly it does, but as we grow, we're interpreting and engaging and contributing to the collective mix much more life-affirming and expansive material and energy. Vida Reed Stone shares, awakened souls strengthen and encourage each other by their friendships and interchange of thoughts and revealments. They spin threads of mutual upliftment and inspiration. Are you feeling uplifted and inspired? Then you must be an awakened soul. I hereby dub thee awakened souls. Now, we gather in different groups for different reasons. This one is not the only group we all belong to, right? That'd be not a rhetorical question. Okay. Some groups are spiritual, like this center. Right? Some groups are based in similar activities, like travel, like social projects, like the exploration of nature and so forth. Some groups are based on a common interest in sports, rooting for the home team, rah, 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 right? And it's pretty much the same for political groups that we belong to, based on common opinions, beliefs, and solution platforms. And some groups are fans of the same style of music or a particular musician. And we gather to hear that type of music or that particular musician or musicians. Now, there are basic rules for participating in a group that are pretty similar. Some have stricter rules and requirements, some are quite loose, but there's still an agreement goes on of some sort. Some are difficult to pass the initiation and gain acceptance, and others are quite open and fluid, and people are free to kind of come and go. But there can be an insidious and pernicious underlying belief that Dr. Holmes knew about back in the day. He shares with us, when we dislike people and groups, we are bearing witness to our small and limited viewpoints. Because there's a belief that our group is the right group. Anybody ever feel that or hear that? Yeah? Okay. And everybody else is wrong. There's a lot of that being told on Sunday mornings in many spiritual groups this morning. And the people that are not like us and are wrong, they're dangerous and they cannot be tolerated. Okay? It's that old idea of you're either with us or you're a Guinness. Oh, you're going to buy me a pint of Guinness? Rock on, dude. I'm all about that. That's good. Thank you. Very friendly. Now, to me, and this is only to me, I'm not making any universal pronouncements or anything, but to me, anytime a group claims to have the one and ultimate only answer for everybody in every situation that cannot be questioned, that's a sign that they're really pretty insecure in their belief, because truth will sustain and withstand scrutiny and questioning. The need to stifle differing opinions is another sign of lack of conviction and uncertainty. And that need will often manifest in the need for the group to be large, because the more people that believe the similar belief, the righter our ego feels. Now, as I said earlier, our parents establish a lot of our beginning groups, but I see way too many people that don't think for themselves to find something that suits them better. And I know that I don't need anybody else or others or whatever to promote and accept this teaching for it to work for me, because I've had enough significant personal experience of this working for myself and for many, many other people in different situations. So here's the thing, and there's really no getting around it. We've all had experiences with communities, yes or yes? Yeah, we all have at this point in our lives, right? And some of those experiences were good, and some of those experiences were meh, And some of those experiences were, oh my God, I'm never going back there, right? Everybody relate to that?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. And we label them as good when they turn out the way we expect, and we label them as not good when they don't. But like everything else in your life, your previous experience with a community doesn't dictate your current or your next experience with the community, unless you bring it with you and feed it into your expectations of what this will be like. Oh, these guys or those guys are just like, and then you fill in the blank, right? And I will tell you, if you think it's so, so. If you think it not so, not so. Yeah. I got a different take on Don Miguel Ruiz's "Don't Make Assumptions" this week, and it's really that making assumptions is really just lazy, right? You're not being present, you're not being open and aware and giving people the opportunity to express and share what they have to express and share, whether it matches what you express and share or not, right? But making assumptions is lazy. And yeah, there may be similarities to this group and that group and the other group over there, but no two groups are really the same, right? That's why I grew up with the paradigm of East Coast and West Coast jazz. And one was way better than the other, I gotta say. It was East Coast. Just saying. Okay. And then a more modern example would be, you know, East Coast and West Coast rap, which cost people their lives in that disagreement, right? For all of the rappers we have. Even if the groups do the same thing, even if they follow the same stuff, the dynamic will be individual to the people participating and the energy generated this time. Eleanor H. Porter shares, the influence of one beautiful, helpful, hopeful character is contagious and may revolution a whole town. Right. And here's the even cooler part to all this. A group can seem a certain way. A group can be a certain way and behave a certain way. And with the introduction of one single new person, as Porter is telling us, everything adjusts from there on out. Everything. Just as in the living of your life, when you introduce and keep with a new idea, everything changes from there on out. We have to adopt the paradigm that each one of us, each and every person on the planet, has something unique and valuable to contribute to each and every group that you choose to belong to. Because that's your individual journey, and it's led to your unique perspective and ability. And when you show up with an open heart, a desire for connection and sharing, and a willingness to learn, that sets the tone for a good time to be had by everybody. And instead of being afraid to speak up and share your wisdom, because do speak up and share your wisdom, because you've invested a lot of time, energy, attention, and resources into realizing it and curating it. Holmes goes on, he shares, we are a group of people who believe in a truth which we are endeavoring to prove, that God is all there is, not up in the sky, but right here. Right here, not because we're here in this building, in this town, at this time, but right here because it's in each and every one of us. You, I, we, us, them, we're all individualizations of spirit, of intelligence, of creativity, of love. And the more significant personal growth and expansive awareness we generate in any group, the more we're going to get involved in that group. The more we'll want those we care about to get involved and experience that growth. So again, to make community personal, we must be intentional with our participation of it. And sometimes we'll come together right now. Yeah. Sometimes we come together to find the light, the strength to process and navigate the difficult times in our lives, right? And sometimes we come together because we are the light that we can offer to others to rely upon to process and navigate difficult times in their life. I believe what we do here matters, not just to us individually, sure it does, but what we do here resonates out and reverberates with other spiritual evolving around us. And that other spiritual evolving doesn't have to be this exact same thing. It just has to have a similar good intention, life-affirming and expansive energy. And as we rise up spiritually and emotionally, we offer others the opportunity to raise themselves and those around them up as well. And like so much else in our life, we start to believe something's possible for us individually as we see other people doing it and benefiting from it. I believe we can take this vision and this understanding out into the community of Austin and shine this light and inspire others to shine their light. And the whole world is a better place for it. The whole world is brighter and more fun. The whole world is seeking and finding more love. And that's more fun for us, for those we know and love, and more fun and love for everyone, those we are yet to meet and those we will never meet. And this growth, this energy that we create here together is sacred and special because it resonates with the best in us and it means something special to us. We get to enjoy this. We get to enjoy doing this, feeling this because of so many who have come before us. And I believe it's my personal spiritual responsibility to do this, to sustain this so that so many others who come after us will have the opportunity to experience and enjoy and pay it forward in the way that they can do it themselves. And so it is now. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Now we will look at our weekly affirmation, which is on the top of page 6 and also on the little cards by the front door. And we'll read this together, and it says, "Any group I join benefits from my immense life experience, the wisdom gained, and my expanded abilities. I show up with clear intention and know that any contribution joins the collective and helps all grow in perspective, wisdom, and ability. I give freely and I receive freely." All right. So let's give ourselves the gift of our good attention and intention. Maybe close our eyes or reposition our physical form or take a deep breath or two and just allow ourselves to be present and to just be here and now, exactly what we always are. Perfect, whole, complete, dynamic individualizations of spirit. Always supported and supplied with everything we need to do and fulfill desires that come to our attention. We recognize our desire to experience personal growth, but to share and celebrate the personal growth of those around us. So we join in groups of different types and different kinds and different attitudes. And whatever group we choose benefits from the life experience that we've worked our way through, the awareness and the understanding we've cultivated over the years and decades, and the expanded abilities that come along with that greater understanding and deepening of our understanding of the meaning of life and the meaning of ourselves for being here. We show up with clear intention and recognize that any contribution we make joins with the contributions of the others in the group, and it spirals upward and pushes the energy onward and outward to benefit us in the experience and release of the energy, but others around us in the reception and continuation and enjoyment of that good energy. We give what we have to give freely, openly, joyfully, and that keeps us open to receive freely, openly, and joyously. We recognize that there is a great good in all of life, and as we recognize it, we start to see it all around us, all within us, We start to see it in those around us, those that agree with us and those that hold different ideas about what life is and how it can operate. But there is that deep spiritual divine within each and every single being on the planet, within the planet itself and all the manifestations upon it and beyond. We love this wonderful teaching and all the ways it shows up in our lives to remind us of the spiritual principles at work in our life throughout all aspects of our life. And as we remember to keep the spiritual aspects of our lives front and foremost in our mind, in our interpretation, in our perspective, in our engagement, our enjoyment, and our sharing of this world and this life and the good within it, we all grow in ways that we need to grow. We all receive what we need to receive by showing up and by participating. We recognize the love and this community of like-minded individuals that support each other in all the ways we get to do that throughout the week. And we love this beautiful time together this morning, this wonderful space to join together in this wonderful city and life. We gratefully accept and celebrate the good that has begun here this morning. It's a recognition of the good that's always available to us when we keep ourselves available to it. And we move on forward in the deepening and more expansive expressions of this good that come to our attention throughout the week and throughout the rest of our lives. Loving this, we release it with deep joy and gratitude, knowing it is already so, as we release it and say together, and so it is now. All right. All right. And now we come to the part where we support this wonderful work we're doing together. We've got the bowl at the back on the table by the only exit. No, as it were. But please remember to contribute there and support us as you are able. Let's say our giving affirmation in the middle of the consecrates my gifts. They go forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. They are evidence of my commitment. They do their good and perfect work and return to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is now. All right. And now Chris is going to come up and do a couple of more songs. Are you playing anywhere that we can come out and see you and the gang or by yourself?
I always should think about that before I show up, shouldn't I? 'Cause I have to look at the calendar, but see, at the end of the month, I think I'm at Continental Club with the South Austin Moonlighters.
Okay.
I think that's the most recent close date I have.
Okay. And at chrisbeal.com or
ChrisBealMusic.com.
Chris Beal?
Yeah, you can find all of that. And for all of you out there in internet land, you can stream music wherever you stream your music. I have stuff out there. I'm going to do a brand new song, which is not normally what I do, but I've read a couple of Walt's dissertations, and there's one instance of when I think the way he was saying it was that we're all kind of drawn to the safe choice, something that's comfortable, and to kind of reach beyond that and leave it to chance and possibly find and learn something new is a little bit harder for us to do sometimes in our nature. So anyway, that's why I don't play new songs, first time off the bat. I usually sit in the living room and go through them a million times. But this is a song about two knuckleheads that got the experience of a lifetime just because they were together chasing down a dream. And it's called A Whole Lot of Luck. We were just kids at the height of the hairband, Drove an old Buick across the USA. Mama's pictures on the fridge tell a story of mayhem when we left home headed for LA. Well, one with a dream and the other a thought. Me and Eddie smoking out in the parking lot. Worked the night shift, saving up for the day when we'd be rocking on the West Coast up on stage till we get where we're going. Only time's gonna tell where we wind up. We had no way of knowing. It takes a little bit of faith and a whole lot of luck. It takes a little bit of faith and a whole lot of luck. We'd never been past the edge of the oil rig, past the cotton fields or the red dirt clay. Wind whistling through as we reached the desert made the dream of California seem so far away. Well, Eddie got an axe with a hockey stick headstock, just like the ones on the MTV. Only knew 2 chords, but that wouldn't stop us. We had cut off sleeves and stonewashed jeans till we get where we're going. Only time's gonna tell where we wind up. We had no way of knowing. It take a little bit of faith and a whole lot of luck. It take a little bit of faith and a whole lot of luck. A whole lot of luck. Just off in the distance, a whole lot of luck. I can see the lights of town, gonna tear the whole place down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Till we get where we're going. We were chasing a dream and that was enough. We had no way of knowing. It take a little bit of faith and a whole lot of luck till we get where we're going. Only time's gonna tell where we wind up. We had no way of knowing. It take a little bit of faith and a whole lot of luck. It take a little bit of faith and a whole lot of luck. It takes a little bit of faith and a whole lot of luck. Thank you. Brand new. And then the last one, you want me to do one more, right? Yeah, I'll do. I thought about this morning. There's a song that I wrote that's on a South Austin Moonlighters album. It's called A Year of Decembers. And it's essentially about kind of the opposite of that, where anyone knows what the intention is and knows what the goal is and conviction, and you stick with it, and it's not easy. You know, I think one of the hardest things for us to know is when to stay and when to leave, or you know, when to push forward and when to stay put. You know, we just kind of have to navigate that, and this is a song that is geared toward, I guess, integrity and fortitude, for lack of a better word. So sticking with it when times get tough. It's called A Year of Decembers. Which sounds pretty good right now. It was a year of Decembers and early fall, but don't you think I'm walking away. I might come up swinging, I made you a promise I'd stay. 'Cause it's hands to the plow and the plow to the land. In the dust I heard the plowman say, if the working was easy, wouldn't be no reason for a man like me anyway. And it's all I can do. Gotta stay until the work is through tonight. It's all right. It might take everything I've got to find out I can't be bought but for one price. The plowman was right. Well, it's a hard way to live, working day to day. Everybody's got to pay the cost and decide what you can't leave behind when the hammer falls. 'Cause it's hands to the plow and the plow to the land. In the dust we can went back to. Well, you best get behind something good enough. If it takes everything you got to do, it's all you can do. You're gonna stay till the work is through tonight. It's all right. And if it takes everything you got, well, you'll find out you can't be bought but for one price. The plowman was right. And so we'll be working for the summer, when those fields will all turn green. And we'll finally find our treasure on the road toward what we believe. And if it's all we can do, gonna stay until the work is through. Yes, tonight, it's all right. And if it takes everything we got, we'll find out we can't be bought but for one price. The plowman was right. Na 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 na. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you.
Chris, I have to just read a thing that Terry Rager sent. I'm so glad that it's Chris playing today. He always has the right song when I need to hear it.
Oh, very cool.
That makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, and without knowing anything else, that's enough. Right?
And that goes for me too. The plowman I can relate to.
I was thinking about you.
You know, there's like in the talk I said there's no. That's thanks to Chris for that. So check him out at the Continental Club at the end of the month. Just go every night, every show. I said that there's no need for gold stars and attaboys or attagirls, but I do want to recognize Karen for doing the homework and being If you're not familiar, that's a great little book that we did a book study about it a couple of months ago, but it's a great treatise.
I am truly.
It's called The Ethical Bribe, I think is what it's called. That's good. But I want to celebrate that you are applying what you hear and learn, and so that's a big deal. So yay, you guys.
Thank you.
All right, and now we come to continue our gratitude. I know I told you last week about the little baby birds that were in the nest that was teetering on falling out of the support where it was built. I don't know what Mom was thinking, but nature finds a way. It always does. And we saw tail feathers on Monday, and they were gone on Wednesday. I mean, it was like it didn't take long after. It's like, are they ready? You ready? But obviously they were ready. So they got tail feathers, and off to the open skies they go. So celebrating nature for that. Anybody else have something to share? Yes, Glenda.
So last weekend, Tom and I went up to the Wichita Falls area where I still have two sisters, and it's always a joy to see them and reconnect, which we don't often do anymore. But also at the same time, every year, my classmates get together and just have dinner.
Mhm.
They've done this, I think, 57 years. I graduated in '68, and I've only been back twice to be with them. And at this point in life, I hardly recognize. I had to ask people, "Who's that over there?" I did not see them, and after a few minutes of looking in their eyes and their
Right.
face, I could see them. But you had said something at the beginning about making assumptions, and that's being lazy, and that really hits home because I believe that you're very right in that. And I know over the years I left home right away. Some didn't. Some still live there. They live around there. There were 14 of us that gathered. I mean, there were 29 in my class, and we had a great time. But I know that I've made assumptions over the years about them and about the country living and the Catholic Church and conservatism, blah blah blah. And I don't know that that's kept me from going. But I realize that just being there, being with them, we've all grown, we've all changed, and we've all gone our ways, and to get to know them in a very, very brief time for about an hour and a half was difficult, but I saw people in them.
Yeah.
And not just assumptions that I had made about who they are and what I think they represent.
Yeah.
So it was a good time. It was a really good time, and then we got to visit with Tom's sister on the way back. So it was a fabulous week.
Well, good. You got it for that. And
It was my birthday.
it was your
weekend.
birthday. Well, that's a beautiful present to give to your birthday present to give to yourself of recognizing that, So that's cool. All right. Yes, Clark?
Well, I did not go to my high school reunion, the 50th, or any other ones before that. I was very gracious to the people who were planning it, and they were very nice people, and I told them that. But I said, I don't have any school spirit. I don't have any nostalgia around those days. It was a horrible time for me. Now, I got better. Yeah, life got much better. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I've been cleaning windows lately, and it's really made a difference on what we can see clearly. And I use that as an analogy for myself because I've been cleaning my own windows within myself too. I've gotten into a practice of morning affirmations and starting my day from a very positive energy. It's, gosh, it's really made my interactions better. I mean, it's always a growth. So I don't say I'm where I intend to be with this yet. I mean, yes, I am. I mean, I can tell the difference, but it's not the end of it. It's still growing, and it's only going to get better and higher, vibration. So I'm just really happy that I finally just said, look, I'm going to do this. I was distracted before. First thing was coffee, and all that kind of stuff. That's not the priority anymore. It's really getting my day started in a good mental attitude.
It's getting better all the time. But it is. I mean, how we start our day sets a tone. It's not going to stay that way all day because there's too many variables and whatnot. But it's better than expecting the worst and and flipping on the news and finding out what happened halfway around the world that we can't do anything about, and it's not really affecting us except on an energetic level it does. But just, and then thinking enough of ourselves, or valuing our peace of mind enough to develop it, and it takes effort. It's called work because it's work, but I mean the alternative is pretty crappy, and the benefits are pretty, and their benefits are immediate, man. That's the cool thing. So anyway. All right, well, yay God for that. Is anybody else? No? Hey, Al, I want to let you know there's birthday cake in the back.
You're the second one. So.
All right. We know.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, well, let's look at your opportunity for application for this week. It says, I bring something unique and valuable to each group I choose. There is within me a vast wisdom and perspective that adds great new ideas that benefit all in and beyond the group. Next week, we're going to talk about making God personal. That's a big deal in this teaching. And we'll get more into that. And our musician is going to be Jenny Reynolds. Oh, we didn't talk about birthdays today. Zach Musio, who many of you will remember, is this little guy or this bigger guy. He's now taller than Ed. Wow. And he's now, he's starting high school, or yeah, I think so. Anyway, his birthday's on Wednesday, and if many of you remember Judy Isaacson, her birthday would be on coming Saturday. Since this was Shark Week, and that's a big deal in our house, on Discovery Channel, it's the birth of Robert Shaw, who was Captain Quig in the Jaws movie. So, and that also a great jazz drummer, Jack DeJohnette, Sam Elliott, who made a career off a mustache. Chris Haney, you may not know that name, but he's driven you crazy with his questions in Trivial Pursuit. He invented that game. Melanie Griffin, Whitney Houston, who will love you forever. Deion Sanders and Anna Kendrick. Book study concludes this Thursday, but even if you haven't been, you can still click on the link and join in. And the fun and frivolity. Is Troward fun and frivolity? We have fun with it. Yeah. This week he got off into the afterlife, and I was like, dude, there's some things we just don't need answers for, because it's not pertinent to this moment in the living of this life. So, anyway, that's my opinion, and he's welcome to have his. All right, well, let's say our closing affirmation as we run 1 minute over. We got close, dang it, but I got too many tangents. All right, and the closing affirmation on the middle of page 7 says, I am an expression of infinite, divine, creative intelligence. Knowing a joyful serenity awaits my recognition and acceptance, I take this moment to deepen my understanding that I am perfect, whole, complete, and dynamic. My soul is forever established in life, love, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy. I lift my eyes to me and those around me and in all of life. I walk out into the world with an uplifted heart and a mind open to the infinite creativity of all life. And so it is now. All right. Thank you very, very much. Have a wonderful time, and we will see you next time.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Nice surprise.
Anyone take a picture of that? 'Cause that's
Very,
the
very
one.
sweet.
It's still alive. Yeah, I know, I haven't killed it yet, but those, oh, those little dots.
Well, when you hover over the window, it gives you options.
Yeah.
All right. In the broadcast. Well, no, stop.